What is the worst sprint planning event I've been a part of? Well, this is actually a tough one. So many to choose from. In all honesty, I'm not going to give you specifics here because there's been some shockers. But people learning. Okay? I am unlikely to come and work with a team that is doing this well. Okay? The teams that I work with are brand new to it. They're trying things out and it's not working for them, so they call us in. Or they're not trying anything and they're just starting. Okay. It's not going to be, those islands of excellence that we look for when we're doing organizational change work. There's islands of something. So some of the things that have stood out. One of them, and I hold this team quite dear to my heart, brilliant bunch of people. And when I asked them what they were doing, none of them could defend it, yet they were in a planning meeting doing what they were doing. Actually, they were all doing different things. So a planning meeting is very simply, what are we going to do and why does that matter? So a list of items and a goal, okay, and a plan to deliver those items to deliver that goal. Collectively, they are the sprint backlog. It's a pretty simple meeting. It's a pretty simple idea. You're at the start of a short period of time. Do some planning. Work out what you're going to achieve and how you're going to achieve it in that time frame. I thought that was obvious. So we went in and somebody else had already done all the work. Okay, that was a bit weird. So in a meeting, we had an architect stand up and say, this sprint, we are going to do this. And they listed off a whole load of stuff. Fine. It's not how I would tackle it, but I thought, okay. And then they proceeded to just hand it out to people. I thought, okay, that's a bit weird. Have these people been involved in that conversation? Nope. Do they know what they need to do? Nope. How will they know? I've written it all down. Okay. Not really what I'm aiming for here. Not really what we in the Agile world would be expecting. But does it work? I went, oh no. So why do you do it? Because it's how we've always done it. And just about every time I come across a problem inside any part of Scrum, but particularly things like planning, it's because it's how we've always done it. They've not actually made a change other than the language they use. What they had was an architect writing specs, okay, in short periods of time. So he spent 2 weeks writing out specs to then deliver on a Monday morning to the team piecemeal in user stories. They weren't. Okay? They were just requirements. Okay? With zero context, just you do this and you do this and you do this and you do this. And he assigned the work based on what he saw was the optimal way through to the end, i.e., how can we deliver this quickly? He had no thought to people having training or holidays or needing to upskill. That wasn't his interest at all. He literally looked at the list of people and went, they're senior, they do the hard stuff. They're junior, they do the easy stuff. Done. Bang, 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 bang. They all work 10 days in a 2 weeks section. So I will fully task everybody. It kind of was planning in that they went into a meeting, they got told what the plan was and they came out the other side. But it wasn't sprint planning. Mm-hmm. Sprint planning, as with everything really in the Agile world, is more communal. It's collaborative. What we're looking for is the team to come together. And through refinement, those meetings that are going on throughout the sprints, getting ready for upcoming sprints, okay, they already understand what the work is and why it matters, so they can have really good conversations about how do we deliver it. They aren't told by an external party how to do their job. They have all of the skills. They are this cross-functional, multidisciplined team. Okay? So they can take that piece of work and they can decompose it into whatever state they need to deliver it, be it tasks or use cases or anything that works for them. Okay? So that's probably the worst one that I've come across. Not because anybody had bad intentions. Actually, you talk to everybody, they were lovely people, they were doing their best. But what they had done was they had adopted the hard bits from the Agile world, particularly the Scrum world, of working in very tight time frames, okay, and just overlaid their traditional approaches. So they had information flowing down from silo to silo to silo. Okay? And of course, their testing never happened in the same 2-week sprint because that was other work that got handed out in the following sprint planning by same architect. They were actually doing the worst of both worlds. That tight time frame within a sprint and that bureaucracy that the waterfall almost mandates. Okay? As I said, from memories, they went on to actually be a really good team, and it was mostly me asking questions just to get them to think about what was going wrong and why, and what they were doing differently because of this new way of working. And over time, that morphed actually very quickly. In about 4 months, we went from an interesting situation to a really good Scrum team, able to work together collaboratively, showing solid improvement sprint after sprint, really working well with their customers, with their product owner. Okay, that architect was a key part of that team, absolutely phenomenal skill set, okay, but a part of the team, not a dictator of the team. Okay, so that's one of my worst sprint plannings. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.